Odessa and Big Spring. We are Basin trusted, Basin proud. This is ABC Big 2 News at 10.
Much of the snow has now come and gone, leaving behind some wet roads and chance for ice. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Juyeon Kim. Folks in Midland and Odessa saw up to 3 inches of snow this morning. It did make it a bit difficult for drivers hitting the roads, but the sights also paved way for some wonderful photo opportunities. Now take a look at these viewer-submitted photos. A friendly family rivalry here. The Dockery family made 2 snowmen dressed as an Aggie and a Red Raider. This one is from the Martinez family, and a precious photo of 2 little girls from the Eldermans. Remember, you can send your photos and videos to us through our Facebook page. We could feature it right here on ABC Big 2 News. We'll be sharing our favorites with you tonight, all throughout the show.
Now, your weather right now.
ABC Big 2's forecaster Jacob Sloan joins us now from the Weather Center. Jacob, you've been tracking the storm for us.
That's right, it's gone. That's the good news, is that the snow is over and we're just left with some really cold conditions out there. Right now, temperatures below freezing, 30 in Midland, Odessa, 27 in Big Spring, and 28 in Seminole. Juyeon mentioned at the top of the show here that we do have a chance for ice on the roads tomorrow. In fact, it's a pretty big concern as we head into tomorrow morning. A lot of closures and delays already for schools and workplaces around the area. Now, we're seeing that cooler temperature, but it feels a lot cooler than it really is. 23 is what it feels like with that wind chill here in Midland, Odessa, 27 out in Big Spring, and wouldn't be surprised if we see some teens start to creep into the Permian Basin and maybe even the Midland, Odessa area. We'll take a look at what next week is going to look like. Warning, it's going to look a lot better coming up. John, back to you.
Jacob, thank you. Well, the City of Odessa Incident Command has partnered with the Salvation Army to expand their services this weekend. Anyone who needs a warm place to stay can go to the address right there on your screen. Now, if you live in the Parksbell Ranch area, the city's water shutdown has been rescheduled to Thursday. Expect water outage from 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. Crews will be preparing to relocate an existing water supply line. The snowstorm has caused some power outages across the basin. According to Encore, Ector and Andrews counties saw between 4 to 11 outages today. This affected about 579 customers in that area. There were also reports of outages in Martin, Midland, and Upton counties. The snowstorm also affecting our airways. Multiple departures and arrivals were canceled at the Midland International Airport. Most of the flights affected were going to and from Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, school districts in our area are reporting some delays for tomorrow morning. Here's a growing list of schools with cancellations and new start times. For a more detailed breakdown, you can head to our website, that's yourbasin.com. Our team will be keeping that list updated as more changes come.
We've got to start getting these vaccines out to states. We're in the middle of a horrible surge. That variant that was mentioned is probably in every state or most states in the country. We've got to get people vaccinated quickly.
The U.S. surpassing more than 22 million confirmed cases of coronavirus. More than 373,000 lives have been lost. President-elect Joe Biden says he will release nearly all the available vaccine doses rather than hold back millions to ensure second doses are available. Now, despite the grim milestones, one nursing home in Milwaukee is finding ways to stay positive. A vaccine clinic disco party.
There's a new me coming out, and I just have to live, and I wanna get.
Call it a celebration.
It's like a party, huh? I'll have a vodka martini, by the way.
What kind of party?
Oh, I'll make it through.
But the guests of honor here at Brookfield's Congregational Home are Walgreens and the Moderna vaccine.
Our nursing home residents have endured 10 months of not being able to see their families, and this is just the first step towards changing that.
She's talking about residents like 86-year-old Navy veteran Robert Fisher, who came here 2 months ago for physical rehab and hasn't been able to hug his wife since.
She's in a vestibule, glass enclosed, and they give us cell phones. They both have masks on, and I can't see her. I mean, I can't get close to her, but at least I see her, you know.
His wife, though, is ready for more.
Then another thing, she said, I can't wait till you get home so I can start hollering at you again. I said, boy, oh boy.
You're looking at the first of 3 COVID vaccine clinics for Congregational Home, where a total of 308 staff and residents are eligible for the shot.
We're nearing almost 100% with our residents, and we want to near 75% with our staff.
I was happy, and it didn't hurt.
Like Robert says, a little prick for a lot of protection.
It's like nothing, you know. You don't even feel it.
Looks like a great time. Well, here in Texas, 2 new COVID-19 therapeutic centers will be opening in Fort Worth and Irving. They'll begin accepting patients tomorrow. Resources are available there for patients who have referral from a doctor. Lawmakers are also working to get more people access to the COVID-19 shot. Senator John Cornyn held a briefing Friday on the vaccine rollout across our state. Cornyn encouraged people to wear masks, socially distance, and help fellow Texans get through the pandemic. Meanwhile, one Texas woman is speaking out tonight after struggling to get the COVID-19 vaccine since she qualified on January 4th. 71-year-old Arlene Converse became eligible in the Phase 1B category. It's meant for people 65 years or older or for people 16 and older with a chronic medical condition.
If we could just get on a waiting list, that would be everything. You've got to give the public something to hang on to, other than 100 people died last night and cases are up and the hospitals are full. We get that every single day. We need to have a solution on the vaccine.
Converse says she understands the demand is high, but she hopes there's a better plan and a better way to communicate moving forward. Now here's a look at where the Permian Basin stands tonight. Midland County with nearly 12,500 cases is followed by Ector County with just over 11,500 cases. Howard County is just over 4,000 right now. Tomorrow could be the start of President Trump's second impeachment. House Democrats plan to formally accuse the president of inciting violence at the U.S. Capitol. A vote could happen on Wednesday. Meanwhile, it's unclear whether lawmakers could be able to remove President Trump. Any impeachment would prompt a trial in the Senate, where Republicans still hold power. ABC's Rachel Scott joins us from Washington with the latest on this.
With just 10 days left in office, President Trump is facing the threat of impeachment again.
He has done something so serious that there should be prosecution against him.
House Democrats are just 24 hours away from introducing a resolution accusing the president of willfully inciting violence against the government and demanding that he be held accountable for it.
You'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
If this is not impeachable conduct, then nothing is. That's why we're going to introduce the article of impeachment this Monday.
At least 180 House Democrats are backing that impeachment resolution, but only a small group of GOP lawmakers have considered removing Trump from office. The latest, retiring Senator Pat Toomey.
The president committed impeachable offenses.
But a group of several House Republicans and other allies are now asking President-elect Joe Biden to put a stop to any efforts to impeach the president, saying it is as unnecessary as it is inflammatory.
Tell them, stand down. This will destroy the country even further. You have the power to do that. The question is, do you have the courage to do it?
But in the final days of his presidency, Trump is spending the weekend isolated at the White House. His Vice President Mike Pence now plans to attend Joe Biden's inauguration, despite the president himself saying he'll skip the event. And now social media is cracking down on Trump and his supporters. Twitter already suspending his account, and overnight Amazon announcing it will join Apple and Google in booting the social media platform Parler from its services. Parler is increasingly popular with conservatives and allows users to see some graphic material, including violence and conspiracy theories.
Rachel, thank you for that report. Well, Governor Greg Abbott took to Twitter this afternoon. He spoke out against social media organizations that, quote, pick and choose which speech is protected. It reads in part, quote, canceling conservative speech is hostile to the free speech foundation America was built on, end quote.
Well, coming up, we continue to take a look at your pictures from the snow day today. Here's a couple of them for you right now. Christy Garner in Seminole sending us this picture. Beautiful look at some of those tree branches there. Thanks, Christy. And another one from out in Coahoma, Carla Daly. Thank you so much for this picture. Look at that chair just piling up with snow. We'll take a look at just how much snow fell across the basin coming up after this.
And we'll be taking you across the Lone Star State, a peek into how Texans spent the day off. Then in sports, Big Spring's Ryan Tannehill competing in the NFL playoffs. Big 2's Ben Peck has those highlights. And as we had to break, a reminder that if you see news happening, share your videos and photos on social media with us. Make sure you use the hashtag ABC Big 2 News. And if you haven't done it yet, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, or ABC Big 2 News.